Can you still love someone if you cheat on them? Too long did not read. My significant other and I got into a heated argument over lunch about whether or not you can cheat on them and still fully love them. My boyfriend's perspective on the topic worries me and I don't know whether to take it as a red flag or not. My 24F and my boyfriend 29M, of 3 years got into a little bit of a heated argument yesterday while discussing cheating. We were out eating lunch at a local pizzeria, and somehow, the topic of cheating arose. I can't even remember what brought this conversation up, but somehow, we got stuck talking about this topic. Neither my partner or I have ever cheated on each other, at least not to my knowledge, of course, so the conversation wasn't accusatory and didn't involve any personal feelings that applied directly to our relationship. But anyway, I was explaining how I believe that if you cheat on someone, you cannot claim to wholly love the individual that you cheated on. I do believe that you can still love that person a lot or a little, or to whatever extent. But I do not feel that you can claim to have fully loved a person if you're willing to potentially lose them and that love, and forfeit your relationship with them by deciding to cheat. After all, most people who cheat aren't fully satisfied with their partner to begin with, right? Meaning that they may have loved them fully at some point, but that at the time that they decided to cheat, they no longer fully loved them. Love is just like anything else in my opinion, it's not always black and white. I believe you can love people conditionally, unconditionally, and at all of the gray areas in between. My boyfriend on the other hand disagrees with this. He stated that he felt like you can fully love someone and still cheat on them. He believes that men can be in a relationship with someone they love, have sex with someone else, and still claim to fully love the person they're in a relationship with. He feels that just because you cheat on someone doesn't mean you don't fully love them. You're just willing to accept the consequences of cheating on the person you claim to love, the consequences that include losing their trust, their love, and the entire relationship itself. His perspective is that just because you cheated doesn't mean that the love that was there goes away. Which yes, I understand. I know that those feelings and that the love doesn't just go away on either party's end when cheating occurs. I just don't think that you fully loved your significant other to begin with if you can follow through with an act that could cause you to potentially lose them. At this point in the conversation, I was very evidently upset and flustered. So much so that our waiter could tell and asked if everything was okay, which was slightly embarrassing. I am usually very good at handling my emotions in public and did not realize that I was so evidently upset. I was just shocked to have been hearing the things that my boyfriend was saying when it came to his perspective on cheating. It just made me feel like he was trying to justify cheating and saying that it was okay. It made me feel like if he were to ever cheat on me, he would think it's fine, and kind of made me feel like he has considered cheating on me or like he has cheated on a past partner before and used this argument to justify it. I am not 100% sure that I want to be with someone with this mindset. Having been someone who has been cheated on in the past, I know the pain and emotional distress that can place on a person, and I feel like if you fully loved someone, you would never intentionally put them through that pain of wondering why they weren't good enough or where they went wrong. From the way that he was defending his rationale, I honestly think that he has probably cheated on someone that he had very strong feelings for in the past, knew he fucked up and still had some love for her, but to make himself feel like less of a shitty person, used his rationale to justify his actions and to make himself feel better about his wrongdoing. I could be completely wrong about this, but it's almost as if he was trying to defend himself with his rationale. So Reddit, I'm here to ask you guys what you think on this topic. I know that my opinion is probably a little biased because I have been cheated on before, but I would like to know whether or not you guys think that my rationale is justified, or if his is, or if they both are. And I would also like to know if you guys think that his rationale is an obvious red flag. I've never been cheated on, but I agree with you. To me that would be a little concerning to hear. Maybe you can ask him if he's ever cheated or been cheated on? In order to have this conversation you have to objectively define love. If you don't agree on the definition, then don't bother with the debate. I believe that mutual respect is a key aspect of love. So, according to my definition, you can't cheat on someone and love them. Someone who doesn't believe that respect is a significant aspect of love may not see it that way. Now, you can certainly cheat on someone and still want to be with your partner. But that doesn't implicitly imply that you love or respect them. Define love. I'm curious what the different responses are from you and your partner. I say no. If you truly love someone, you wouldn't do something you know would hurt them, like cheating on them. The negative feelings that follow being cheated can be catastrophic on their self-esteem, emotional and psychological well-being. That being said, being attracted to someone, and acting on that attraction are two different things. But it is very much a red flag, and a cause for concern. He's basically telling you that he loves you even when he cheats on you. What exactly is the difference between fully loving and partially loving someone? I wouldn't feel comfortable putting my trust in someone who held that opinion, regardless of whether or not he ever actually would. First, I want to say I would never defend a cheater, and for me the first time you cheat we are done. Now with that out of the way, I think I know what your boyfriend is getting at. He probably thinking of people that cheat because they are physically attracted to another person. You don't have to love them to want to sleep with them, and still be emotionally in love with another person. The mind does work like that. Lastly, just because that's his opinion doesn't mean he tolerates cheating in any way. For some people, I love you means, you're an important part of my life. I enjoy having you around. I'm happier when you're here. I'd be miserable if you left. And I like touching your butt. You can cheat on someone and still feel that way about them. For some people, I love you means, you're always in my thoughts. When I make a decision, I decide for us, not just myself. When you're not okay, I'm not okay, and a huge portion of my life is dedicated towards making sure your needs are met. Someone who loves like that can't just push aside thoughts of their partner for a few hours and bang someone else. I guess it's up to you to figure out how you want to be loved. No, it's not a red flag. It's just a conversation. Men aren't that deep. You are projecting by assuming what he thinks is how he going to act. His opinion is a red flag and would totally piss me off. You can't fully love someone if you cheat on them because you disrespecting the trust and communication built. I've been cheated on with my current partner, so I understand where you're coming from. I can't say he necessarily wrong because it's an opinion, but his perspective seems to be justifying the behavior. Cheating is a conscious decision. No matter what, at the end of the day you either pursued or allowed it to happen. The end. Anything else is an excuse. You know this would be a major transgression, so it's impossible to believe that you would allow something and then claim to love me. Sorry, no sale. I don't know if I'd consider your disagreement a direct threat, but I'll put it this way: if some years down the road I was cheated on by this person, I sure as shit wouldn't be able to say, wow, what a huge surprise, didn't see that coming. If their idea of love includes possibly being cheated on, I'll pass, thanks. Yeah, I think you can love someone and still enjoy sex with another. But for me, the only reason I don't cheat, and there's no other reason, is that my husband is a great man and I couldn't have another man knowing more about our relationship than him. It's a respect thing. And he is so worthy of that monogamous respect. There have been men along the way that I certainly loved, but they just didn't have that same hold on me. So yes, I feel like you could love someone and still hurt them, but when you truly have life going with someone, it wouldn't be worth it. Short YouTube video on a psychotherapist my girlfriend watched. It could provide some insight. Whether you agree or not. I totally agree with your view on this. I cheated on my ex before. I'm not proud of it and I will never forgive myself for it, but I realized it was because I never truly and wholly loved him. I was not afraid of losing him. I am monogamous and I personally think if you consider yourself to be, then you should agree with that. I have a boyfriend right now who I am wholly in love with. I would never think to cheat on him and I make sure he trusts me. I personally would feel anxious being with him just because I know what it is like to not truly love someone but thinking that I do. I would absolutely think the same things you did after hearing his opinion on it. I'm sorry you've had that experience of being cheated on. It probably doesn't help your situation out right now. To fully love someone, you have to respect them and care about their emotional well-being. It is impossible to cheat in someone and truly, fully, love someone. It is worth noting that, fully loving someone is quite rare. Yeah, I'd be concerned about this too. I'd want to know what the fuck he defines full love to be. It's also worth nothing a lot of people are unable to fully love people because they aren't very smart and can't understand that their actions have consequences and affect other people. If you cheat on someone, you destroy trust. Without trust, there is no love. If you find yourself wanting to cheat, be a decent person and break up with your significant other first. To me, the love question is a red herring. It doesn't matter if the partner who cheated on you still really loves you, or not. They did something you can't tolerate. Feelings are nice, but if they're not expressed in reality, then they don't really help much in a relationship. It's like having a boyfriend who loves cleaning, but never cleans. Okay, maybe his feeling is real to him. Maybe it's not, but the apartment is dirty. Fully love. Unless you clearly defined what the fuck this means, you can't take that discussion as anything other than a waste of time. Jesus. If you know that cheating will hurt profoundly your partner and you still cheat, then yeah, you don't truly love them. You can be sexually dissatisfied and be truly in love. You can be in an open relationship, love your partner and have sex with others. The thing is, you don't do stuff that will hurt the one you love for your own benefit. Some guys can compartmentalize their feelings and sex. I can't because I make an emotional connection, but I have buddies that don't connect at all and have been like that since HS. Guys are very visually driven. That lusting for other women isn't love, and they know that. Some guys even see that as a game achievement. That's why they're so promiscuous. Wanting and actually doing are two different things. Not to say your boyfriend cheated or will cheat on you, but now you learned how his mind works. BF is right. You can do that. Doesn't mean he does and doesn't mean you have to accept it. It's about commitment, not possibilities. This topic sounds like it triggered an overly personal response. You can have your opinion, but as you admitted yourself, the subject is not black and white. Love, whatever that means to you, is different from sex, which is both a biological function and urge. Those with both poor self-control, reduced inhibitions, lack of moral backing, and just plain selfish will often cheat given the opportunity. It doesn't mean they don't love their partner. It just means they are selfish and thinking only of their needs, wants. I agree with your boyfriend. If I love someone fully and then cheat on them, it doesn't mean I love them less. It means I wanted the other person more, and that's where it gets tricky because desire and love can sometimes be at odds in a long-term relationship. Also, saying you didn't love the other person fully as the cause of infidelity isn't true. Sometimes you can't want someone you already have. It is said that men will cheat to possibly save a relationship. Women cheat to end a relationship. I really like that question. How do we define love also? I think this is very relative to answer with similarity, but if you were to ask how we show love, I feel this will be very different when it comes to gender. Cheating is cheating, and it's the biggest mistake you can ever make to hurt someone so bad that they'll actually want to die. I don't believe so. No. Did he really specify men being able to do that? Does he have some sort of double standard where it's worse for a woman to cheat? I'll give bit of a different take, then get back to the main point. For the question of can you be fully in love with your partner and still do something that hurts them? The answer is yes. The reason for this is addictions. The if you truly loved you wouldn't do X loses out to drug addiction, alcohol addiction, gambling addiction, etc., much of time because of how powerful the addiction is. So getting back to the point at hand, yes, someone can cheat and still fully love their partner, because they could have a full-blown sex addiction, or just get a high from the chase of a new conquest, etc. I think it is possible to cheat on someone you are in love with because those things don't really overlap with each other. Loving someone is an emotional process, and cheating on someone is a character problem. Good people don't cheat and bad people do, but they can both love someone. Good people don't stay faithful because they love their partner. They stay faithful because cheating is wrong. I guess it depends on what you mean by fully love someone. Love is a choice you make after the first rationalization of whom you might be with. Do I want this person's well-being? Can I improve his or her feelings towards me and others? Love starts when it ends, unfortunately. There is no need to be a monkey wrench, a lover of all. That is simply impossible. You can love someone after cheating, if you forgive and stick with that decision. However, it will require the other person to meet your insecurities in such a way, which seems to be impossible to most people. I speak from experience, not the cheater but the cheated one. Most people can't handle the pressure they have created for themselves, which causes a partial loss of identity, especially if they have never cheated before, and it strikes them right on the mortal ground of being a human. Those kind of men belong to the streets. Does the Pope shit in the woods? No, you cannot. I'm sorry, I'd be heartbroken. Definite red flag. He's very delusional. There's a reason he feels that way. There's never an excuse for cheating. You can probably think you do, but I really don't think there's many things more hurtful in a committed relationship. If you fully love someone, you shouldn't be capable of being so hurtful. Sounds like something a cheater would say. I agree with you. If you cheat on someone, you do not fully love them, or you wouldn't have cheated in the first place. In my opinion, it's a matter of degrees. Full-blown affairs require some serious mental gymnastics, I would imagine. Hard to say that the love would be for the partner or for the stability anymore. Singular mistakes are more complicated and can really have little or nothing to do with the actual love. More to do with the cheater having a meltdown and engaging in risky, destructive behavior. The love would certainly be hurt, but I would not say it would be gone. His response shows a fundamental error in how he views love. Love is an action word and not just a feeling. Someone who truly loves the other would not knowingly take the chance of hurting them, be it physically or emotionally. The fact he views it as okay proves that he does not fully understand and resurrect what love is. Sadly, just through this one casual conversation, you will never have the same level of trust in him. Never. And that will be a hard burden to bear. Tell him that. Simple as. He views love like a commodity that you buy at a supermarket. Disposable. Replaceable. That is just not good enough and is certainly not a foundation on which you can build a happy, secure and successful life. Good luck. Love and sex are different things. Some people are able to keep them neatly separated while others not so much. So, in this sense, both of you are subjectively right. Sex is different for men and women. For men, it's physical first, emotional second. For women, it tends to be the opposite. A woman is most likely to cheat, if sees a big problem in the relationship. Most likely one that's big enough to prevent her from wholly loving her man. So you're right. But since sex is physical first for a man, a weak man is more likely to cheat, just for the physical pleasure. So wholly loving his woman can be less likely to keep him from cheating. So your boyfriend was also right. You both thought this through from the perspective of your own sex. And you were both right from that perspective. The differences between men and women are not just biological, they're also psychological. From personal experience, I was the cheater. When I did it, it was because I didn't care about losing them and I felt that I didn't love as deeply as I once did, if at all. Now, with my new boyfriend, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my 30-plus-year life. I would never cheat on him. I'm madly and completely hopeless in love with him. So I get what you are saying and I agree with you. Also, I don't know if this would be considered a red flag. I will say that I think you're looking too much into it. It's like what he said, put this idea in your head and you just ran with it. So much so, that you're making what started as just a question into him maybe, consider cheating when he was just giving his opinion when asked. I 100% agree with you. What if you fully love someone but you're bipolar or have multiple personalities? I think you can still love someone even if you do cheat on them. I've seen it happen with close family members of mine. People will be married for 10+ years, but sometimes do stupid things. They still love their partner deeply, but it is an incredibly selfish action that causes irreparable damage to their family. Usually it ends with divorce or long-term damage and therapy. Saying you can't love someone you cheated on is closed-minded. There's lots of different situations that can lead up to an affair that would likely change your mind. Yes, you can. You would just be too emotionally stunted to carry on a mature relationship and a total fuck-up or self-saboteur. If you're truly in love with someone, you wouldn't even risk the relationship, the trust or the love. Sex with someone else just isn't important if you truly love someone. If you have these feelings, then your boyfriend is not the one you should be with. He has different values of love. I have been cheated on as well, and I don't think cheating has anything to do with love. I think it's more about making bad decisions. You can love someone and still make poor decisions that hurt them. As long as he thinks cheating is wrong and is something he wouldn't choose to do, I wouldn't worry. I think it depends on how the cheating happened. Is it a spontaneous thing that happened once or an ongoing planned affair? The former, probably there is still love, but not the latter. You can't plan cheating on someone and still respect and love them. Sounds like your boyfriend is talking theoretical things. If you are worried about him having done those things or will one day, you can straight up voice your concerns and ask him. I'll agree up to the same point you did in the conversation. You can still love your partner, but you definitely don't respect them or care about their feelings once you cheat.